Christ, the only way we gon' get life you ain't never had. Freedom! Unless you in them scripts daily reading, trying to pay off that price, I don't think they know. Freedom! Come from above in the name of his one and only son. Now that's true. Freedom! When you come under the blood, tell me, are you free? Are you really at liberty? Do you really truly have peace? Or are you in denial? Living in the seat underneath all them fake smiles. Wonder why you keep having trials. Drowning in your debt as it piles. Wonder where my God at? I've been praying, but for some reason things ain't changing. So you gotta ask yourself, is that freedom? Wondering if he gon' come when you really need him? If it's a question, then you ain't been free. I suggest you pick the book up and read. I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me. I rebuke the devil who weakens me. See, the law just gives you the keys. It's your faith that truly sets you free. Freedom! Through Christ, the only way we gon' get life you ain't never had. Freedom! Unless you in them scripts daily reading, trying to pay off that price, I don't think they know. Freedom! Come from above in the name of his one and only son. Now that's true. Freedom! When you come under the blood. Now when I say hallelujah, I'll say yeah, hallelujah, hallelujah. When I say hallelujah, I'll say yeah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Now when I say hallelujah, I'll say yeah, hallelujah, hallelujah. When I say hallelujah, I'll say yeah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Now when I say all, y'all say praises, all praises, all praises. When I say all, y'all say praises, all praises, all praises. Now when I say all, y'all say praises, all praises, all praises. When I say all, y'all say praises, all praises, all praises.
Yeshua answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth ever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed.
Only through the Son we free. That's why we pray without ceasing, constantly. That's how you get your mind right. Trust that. And in the midst of all the chaos, he gon' have your back. He gon' send a comforter just like he said he would. You just profess it out your mouth and don't have a doubt. We gotta walk like him if we wanna be free. Get rid of pride and believe in Messiah, you'll see. Freedom! Through Christ is the only way we gon' get life you ain't never had. Freedom! Unless you in them scripts daily reading, trying to pay off that price, I don't think they know. Freedom! Come from above in the name of his one and only son. Now that's true. Freedom! When you come under the blood. Come on, man.
All praise, honor, and great glory is unto our power, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. To our uncrowned King, we give him praise, honor, and glory, Yeshua HaMashiach, who coming back to set the record straight for Israel, because of Israel, and between Israel. To our brothers and sisters in the faith, as always, we salute you. Those that are 10 toes down in this spiritual scrap we find ourselves engaged in. I got the Blues in the building. We got Brother Norris in the building from Denver via Houston. And I got one of the Houston Blues in the building all the way down about Galveston, Texas. Eliyahu Gabar Israel is in the building. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to my brothers. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. You can hear me okay, Op?
Oh, you good here, bro. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Shalom. Yeah, all right, all right. Yeah, we're going to get into a class that, something I had to work on when I first came into this walk. And a lot of us had to work on is your speech. It's not going to be a no major in-depth class. It's not gonna be basic, surface level class talking about your speech. Talking, just the way we talk and showing how your speech identify who you are, who you hang around with. I mean, where you from, and all.
Right.
And I'm gonna just get into it a little bit because it's something I believe that all of us need to work on, especially when we're handling the word of the Most High.
Yes, sir.
You know, because I see a lot of, I'm gonna get into it later, but I see, you know, a lot of mishandling of the word, you know, mixing the Most High holy word with vulgar speech or vulgar words.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that all of us need to work on. Even that I see seasoned brews, I'm gonna call them that's been in this walk for a minute, they still do the same thing. So, you know, if you're that seasoned brew that's doing that, what you think that somebody that's just coming into this walk or only been in the walk for a short period of time, how you think they're gonna think? They just gonna carry on.
Right.
They're just gonna carry on. Matter of fact, it's a scripture I'm gonna throw in real quick that I want to add into it before I get into the lesson real quick. I didn't put this one down, but let me get Philippians 3, and I want to say 13. Bear with me, I got a new Bible here also, so page is a little sticky. When you get there, you go ahead and read it, all right?
Copy that. It's Philippians 3, you said, Hebrew?
3, I think it's Philippians 3, 13. Yeah, verse 13.
Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah. When we get there, go ahead and read.
All right, family. So we had Philippians 3, going to read verse 13. Brethren, I count not myself to have been apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before.
Get 14 for me also.
Okay, verse 14. I press toward the mark of the prize of the high calling of Elohim in Hamashiach Yeshua.
That's what we should be pressing forward to. What Paul told you in the beginning in 13, he said, man, I am not telling you I grabbed anything. I'm not telling you I have the fullness of anything. I haven't apprehended it all yet.
Right.
But this is what I do have.
Mm-hmm.
I forget all that stuff is what's behind me.
Yes, sir.
That bogus speech that I used to have, all them things I used to talk about back in, you know, before I came into this walk, I done forgot all those things.
Hey,
I press forward to the high calling of Christ.
Hey, you know what, Hebrew? I always think that too. You know what I'm saying? You got to do this thing with blinders on. That past is just that, Hebrew.
Right.
You can't reach the mark, stay there looking behind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trip and fall somewhere.
You're gonna fall somewhere. That's it talks about when you put your hand to the plow. Once you put your hand to the plow, ain't no looking back. If you look back,
right,
your road is gonna be going off crooked. You know, you're gonna steer your oxen in a different direction. If you keep looking back, trying to see if you're straight. Now forget it. Lot wife look back. Look what happened to her. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this lesson. Get to that first scripture from that Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Deuteronomy 7. Deuteronomy 7, right?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 7. These gonna be some one hitters in the beginning, some one liners in the beginning, and then we're gonna jump on down to the lesson.
Copy that. So it's gonna be Deuteronomy 7
and verse 6.
It's gonna be 1 verse 6. Okay. Yeah. You there, Hebrew?
I'm there. Go ahead.
Okay, so Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy Elohim. The Yahweh thy Elohim had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
All right, it said you are a holy people. I can hear the Paleo Hebrew. I think they call it Lashawan Kodesh, which means the holy tongue.
Right.
Or the holy tongue, or Lashon Kodesh, I believe it is in the regular Hebrew. But that's a holy tongue. You are a holy people. If the Most High has chosen you to be a holy people, he gave you holy language to speak also. Set apart language to speak also that distinguishes you from the rest of the world.
Right.
You know, are we using that language that the world is using over here in this walk?
Right.
Now I'm not trying to be, you know, the ones that's, when I came on over here, my mouth was still as raw as could be. I talk, you know, everything, but I see that, you know, that wasn't getting across to the people that I'm trying to convince, because they would still want to do the same thing of the world. Okay, I see you like this and you talk like this. I'm gonna just stay like this also. I'm good then too.
Right.
Well, once they start to see that change on you, your tongue start to change, your mouth start to change and everything. They, you know, oh man, you serious about this, right? Yeah, I'm serious about it.
Your conversation, bro, it dictates to people what you are anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I sit up and talk folly with you all the time, or if me and you can, you know what I'm saying, continue to go back to days when we were just fleshly,
right?
You know what I'm saying? That's in the wrong signal, because guess what? I despise my flesh. Most, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I could shed this meat suit right now, I would, brother.
Let it go.
You know,
let it go right now.
Yes, sir. Filthy.
Yes, sir.
Filthy, man.
That's all of us. Next script, Deuteronomy 14:2. Like I said, these are one-liners right here. I didn't want to get into it.
Yeah, I was excited, man, to share a lesson with you, Hebrew.
All praise to the Most High.
I was trying, you know, I was telling CJ, I was trying to put my hand. I thought T, when he said wave your hand, I thought, like this. You know?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw you.
Yeah.
Well, you and Young Lion was doing that. I saw you.
All right. All right. So it's Deuteronomy 14, family, verse 2. Deuteronomy 14 and verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy Elohim, and Yahweh had chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth.
They're just a repeat. Another holy people, a peculiar people. Deuteronomy 14 really jumps into the dietary law. We're going to read Leviticus next on this one too, but it's talking about the dietary law, but it's still just showing you that you are a holy people. He sets you apart. So you should have, you know, we speak the Hebrew. We have a set apart language.
Right.
Well, within that language, we know that we can use words that can describe things that can be vulgar, but are we supposed to use those words on a consistent level all the time? You know, that's not us.
And they say we call it be a peculiar people.
A peculiar people.
Yeah, people should look at you and like, dang, this brother here don't vibrate like the rest of the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They should be like, what is this brew on? You know what I'm saying?
Right, man. He talk funny, he sound funny.
Right. Every time you open your mouth, you should be dropping a gem, even if they understand it or not.
Should be.
You know?
That's one I was gonna put in there. I took a couple of scriptures out. I was gonna put that in the lesson too, because it's one in Ecclesiastes that said, "Let your talk be with the wise, and all your communication should be in the language of the Most High."
Wow.
And the law of the Most High. That's all your communication.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably butchered it a little bit, but I know that.
Brother.
Yeah. Matter of fact, man, since I said that, I can't do it. I gotta get it.
Okay.
I gotta get it, man. I don't want to mess up with it. Let me see where it is. That's Sirach. That's Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiasticus. Sirach 9 and 15.
All right. Give me 1 second. I gotta get my other book out.
Okay. Most of this gonna come from the 66. I might have one other script in the Apocrypha, but most of them coming from the 66.
Yeah, I kind of looked over some of it.
Okay.
What verse was it? What chapter was it, Hebrew?
Chapter 9, verse 15.
Chapter 9. Okay, just one verse?
Just one verse. Just one verse.
Okay, so we got Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 15. Let thy talk be with the wise, and all thy communication in the law of the Most High. Yes, sir.
Let all your talk be with the wise. So, you ain't going to be sitting around talking foolishness with wise men. And if you talking, and if all your communications in the law of the Most High, that's not, you know, you just go by the law. Thou shalt not do this. Thou shalt not. No, this is what you apply that law to life.
Right.
So you're actually talking about the law within your life. In short, you know what you should be doing. Okay, a brother, you know, you got a flat on your car. How can you apply that to life, to your life? Well, I'm going over here to help my brother out because he have a flat on his vehicle. Right. That's the law. You know, you're helping your brother out. So all your communication should be, you know, of the law of the Most High. That's how we should be. Yes. But let's get back into it. What was next script gonna be? I think Leviticus 11 and 44. It's just still on its holiness. I get my phone back.
Okay. So it's a Leviticus, families of Leviticus. My tongue is tied right now. Leviticus 11, verse 44. And it reads, For I am Yahweh, your Elohim. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Like again, it just, I could have pulled many scriptures that talk about holiness, how the Most High look at us holiness, how the Most High is holiness. This is one easy one that everybody knows that go when you go to the dietary law, but it's still telling you should be a holy people.
Right.
Even the stuff that we intake into our body should be holy or set apart or sanctified. Right. So the language that we spit out should be that also. Christ talked about it in Matthew 15. You know, this is whatever comes out of the man. That's what defiles.
Yeah, what defile him. Yes.
Same way. So we all know that our speech can defile us.
Yes.
Because what we speak mostly comes from our heart, which is your mind.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Let's get to we get the next one.
Isaiah, family. Book of Isaiah is going to be chapter 6. And I went too far.
And you know, we like I said, all we have to do is just practice it a little bit. And then, you know, men talk among men. We know how we talk. We know, you know, what we can say and what, you know, what's right to say and what's wrong to say and how far to go. A lot of the stuff that, like you said, the vulgar words we used to use back then, we shouldn't even talk that amongst ourselves, even when, like they say, the men meet at the gate.
Right.
You know, it still should be only certain things because, you know, while we're there amongst each other, say when 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name,
yes,
he's in the midst of us.
Yes, sir.
He's in the midst of us. When we was in camp in Israel, you couldn't use the bathroom inside of the camp because you would defile the camp because the Most High or His Spirit was inside that camp. You had to go outside the camp.
He told you to keep it clean because he go from tent to tent, brother.
Just,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's like, keep it clean because I'm coming from tent to tent just visiting. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine that, Hebrew? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, take your poop and stuff, you know, don't do that around, you know what I'm saying, where I'm going to be at.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
But again, family, Isaiah 6, it's going to be verses 1 through 9, right, Hebrew?
Come on. This is the only one that's probably not a one-liner.
All praise, Hebrew. But Isaiah 6, verse 1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also Yahweh sitting upon a throne high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. That's a mighty train, Hebrew.
Yes, sir.
Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings. With twain he covered his face, and with twain he covered his feet, and with twain he did fly. And one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is Yahweh of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory.
All right, right there. Let's stop right there. This is in heaven, right? They're talking about this, right?
Yes, sir.
This is what they're telling us. They're saying in heaven. This is all they're saying up in heaven. Holy, holy, holy. The Most High. The other is the Most High of hosts. But did they say his glory was?
On earth.
On earth. On earth. So they're in heaven with him. His glory is down here on earth with us. We should be doing the same thing they're saying the same thing they're saying. Yes, holy, sir. Holy, holy. You keep if we keep that on our mind that the Most High is right here on earth with us, we won't be having time to use all that old vulgar language and vulgar speech that we're into. But this, yeah, keep reading up.
Verse 4. Excuse me, family. And the post of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Then said I, woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips.
Look like he been convicted, right?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know the Most High glory was down here. Oh, let me change up a little bit.
Right.
Go ahead, huh?
And I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For my eyes have seen the King of Yahweh of hosts. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken from the thong from off the altar.
Keep going.
Oh, I'm sorry, verse 9. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Verse 7. And he laid it upon my mouth and said, lo, this has touched thy lips, and thy iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. Also I heard a voice of Yahweh saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not.
All right, he had that hot coal put on his lip that changed his mind real quick. Then he was ready to go head out with the word of the Most High. Are we ready to do that? Has that coal been put on our tongue yet?
Yes,
so he can say, you know, who can I send? Or can you raise your hand and say, my mouth is clean, my lips are clean?
Right.
You know, I need to go talk to these unclean little people, but I, can't communicate the same way they communicate.
Right.
All right. Next script, we go to the next one.
That's Colossians, right?
Colossians, 4.
Yeah, Colossians 4, family. Colossians 4 is going to be verse 6.
I could have elaborated on that Isaiah a little bit more, but I think they got the picture of it and got that understanding of it, because you would say when that fire hits you, what is I think it's in matter of fact, I think it's in South Right, would say as gold is tried in the fire, so is an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Right. So everything that is being burnt by fire, either you're gonna burn up with the fire or you're gonna purge it out you.
That's right.
One or the other.
Yeah.
One or the other. But go ahead when you're ready.
So Colossians 4 verse 6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man.
All right, well, we hear that. So your speech should be seasoned with salt. And we know for a precept for that, I'm going to get that Matthew 5 and 15.
All right, family, going to go to Matthew 5.
5 and 13, Salaki.
Matthew 5, family, verse 13. Matthew 5, verse 13.
Go ahead when you're ready.
Okay. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt has lost its savior, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
So they say, let your speech be seasoned with salt.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't think that, a lot of the language that we hear out in the world is seasoned with salt. That's like
that's seasoned with poison.
Right.
Yeah.
So that means it's not good for nothing. It needs to be stepped on, walked on, put under the foot of men.
Yes, sir.
A lot of the language, a lot of the words we put out here, because and I could, another one going until you think about our words have, meaning, spirits on them, everything you call it, everything that someone like, even bad, witches, they got to use words, incantations, and all those things. I have a book I picked up. It's called the Witchcraft of Profanity. It's a modern book. It's not one of them books that the brothers been going against the scripture. There's just a modern book that's actually written by I think he's a Christian pastor that did a little study and research on language. Right. And he actually said in his book, when we use foul language, we're actually casting spells out there. It goes all into it. When somebody cut you off in traffic, what's the first thing come out your mouth?
Right.
Something
unpleasant.
Yeah. You didn't gave a Mary call. What did you say? Call him everything except for the child of God, huh?
Right.
Right. So, right. This is what this book goes into, and it's, like I said, it's no mythicism or anything like that about it. It's a plainly written book that talked about certain things. Let me see if I can find one script or one page that I highlighted. Okay. Like I said, this is a book called A Witchcraft of Profanity. I'm gonna read one paragraph. It's a short one. Also.
Oh, hey man, go ahead, man.
It says, when a person uses profanity, even though they do not know what they are doing the exact same thing, getting involved in witchcraft. Just as a witch or a sorcerer use words, spells, incantations to bring up evil spirits for their evil purposes, profanity does the same thing. Yeah, and if you think about it, certain words, what they are used for, think about what comes behind it, what you're calling a person when you say certain things.
Hey, Hebrew, man, I remember growing up, we used to always, don't get me wrong, we were foul as hell growing up when I was, young man. You see somebody, they may take a sip of something, they choke on it. Yeah, oh, it should have killed you. I wish it would have killed you.
Right.
You just say silly stuff like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not knowing that has some power. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
That's how you cursing somebody. Oh, I wish you, you messing with that girl. I hope she give you something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You talk silly like that, bro.
Mm-hmm. Or when you like, if you got a child that was unruly or something, just say a parent got a child, just wait till you have kids. I hope they treat you the same way you treat me. You can curse your child and your grandchild.
And the grandchildren.
Yep.
That's something there, Hebrew.
That's why we got to be careful, man, on these words we use, out here.
Yes, sir.
All right. What's that next script? Yeah, let's get to the
next script. Family is going to be 2 Corinthians. It's going to be 2 Corinthians chapter 12. We're going to read one out of that. It's going to be verse 4. So 2 Corinthians 12. It's going to be verse 4.
Go ahead when you're ready.
All right. So verse 4. How that he was caught up into paradise and heard unspeakable words, which is not lawful for a man to utter.
Now this is Paul. I think it was he caught up in the third heaven, I believe it was.
Third heaven, yeah.
Yeah, he was caught up in that, and he heard things that was up there that was unlawful. This word in this context, lawful means permissible, or he wasn't permitted to say or speak of. It wasn't permissible for a man to speak of.
Right.
So it's certain things when we are out there, what we hear out there, we can't bring back into this walk or bring back into it to say those words.
Right.
Even to our family, to our household.
Right.
Even when we was in the world, we know we could go out there and talk to the fellas, get wrong with them, but that we wouldn't bring that to our wives. Right. We wouldn't talk that way to them the same way.
Right.
So why wouldn't you do that? Because you knew, in a sense, it's not supposed to be uttered or said, or you're not supposed to be saying those things or talk that way.
Right.
You know, this is not talking about the pillow talk and all that we do sometimes. But
hey, cause we cut up out there, Hebrew. I ain't gonna
Right.
say we. I'm gonna say I did. I'm gonna just be 100. You know what I'm saying? Even as a little boy in kindergarten, I had the sailor on me. I could probably put some grown folk down, you know.
Right. Yeah, that was all of us, man.
Yeah, man.
I don't think I was in kindergarten like that.
Hey, man. Nicholas Holmes was something else, Hebrew.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Acre Shaker.
Yeah, man.
All right, we get the next one.
We're going to go to family. It's going to be Ephesians. Ephesians 4. If I can find it. It's going to be Ephesians 4, family, and we're going to start at verse 29 through 31. Ephesians 4, verse 29.
Go ahead. He go your kindergarten talk right here.
Yes, sir. And it reads, let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers.
So all that foul language that we used to use, it wasn't doing no edifying, even though we thought it was lifting us up. Right. Some of the words we were saying, right? You know, but it wasn't doing any edifying, worldly edifying, but not the spiritual edifying that Paul was talking about right here.
Right.
Go ahead up.
Verse 30. And grieve not the holy Ruach of Elohim, whereby ye are sealed unto the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice.
Read that one more time for me. Read that script one more time.
Verse 31. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice.
All praise to the Most High.
Yes,
I don't think I need to explain that one. They say put it away.
Put it away from you.
Put it away. All right. Let's get to the next one. Let's get to the next one.
So we're going to go back to Colossians, family. Colossians 3. It's going to be Colossians 3. It's going to be one verse. It's going to be verse 8. Colossians 3, verse 8.
Wait, when you're ready, huh?
Okay, so it reads, but now, excuse me, ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth.
So, look at the words we just read. Almost read the same thing in the previous script, but we look right back at it. It say put away anger, wrath, all these things, because most of the time that's when we get those words from us. Right. When we're mad, upset, you know, heated up, ready to do something. Right. And next thing you know, the first thing you do, we casting that spirit out. And so the person we're casting it out to, they didn't got even more heated themselves. Right. You know, and now here go the spirits we done clash. Like you say, spirits transfer. I remember Charles Shaw did that one about that Denzel, that falling. I always talk to brothers about that movie. Spirits transfer. The problem is we got to be careful on how that spirit manifests onto that person that it transferred onto. Because it can be even more powerful on them than it was on you. Right. You know, or it can go a different way. They always it always does that. And I see it all the time. If you done made a person upset, they done got upset, they came back at you. Now you done got back upset. One of those spirits gonna be ready to take the other one out. Oh, no doubt. They cannot be there together in that way. You know?
Oh yeah. I I can attest to seeing that a
Right.
lot. You know, somebody say something sideways, and you know, somebody, you know, it touched them, and then hey, before you know it, somebody hurt.
Yep.
You know what
Somebody
I'm
hurt.
saying? If not dead, you know.
Yep. Yep. Then a lot of people hurt then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So the next spot, family, is 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy 2.
Whenever you're ready,
All right, 2 Timothy 2, family, verse 16. It's going to be 16 through 19. And it reads, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness.
That's what we just got through saying.
Mm-hmm. A little leaven, Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
And their word will eat as doth a canker, of whom is Hymenaeus and Philetus, who concerning the truth have erred, saying that the resurrection is past already and overthrown the faith of some.
Now I heard Brother Amnon said in his class, which this is why I pulled this one right here, because just not the curse words that we use or cuss words that we use that could be known as filthy communication. He also said that, you know, saying like the law is done away with. Right. You can marry who you want to marry. You can eat what you want. All those things right there, he said, was filthy communication. This script that showed, it said, it's pretty much saying the same thing, because those two brothers, or these two guys, were saying that the resurrection was already past. So it's just like, okay, we're done. We ain't got to worry about that anymore. That is filthy communication. Right. So it can come without just using 4-letter words.
Right. Also, hey, this filthy communication here, though, Hebrew, is spiritual to the point that it'll kill you, not just this life, but the next life, if you just denying that the Hamashiach, you know what I'm saying, ain't the savior. You know what I'm saying? They got old Joseph the daddy, you know, all these old doctrines out now, you know what I'm saying? And it's full of them out there, Hebrew. You know, that is hella filthy out to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It is. It's filthy communication. If you sit around and get convinced by it and try to convince somebody else about it, all you're doing is passing it along. Like I say, you're just manifesting it more and more.
Yes, sir.
More and more. What's the scripts let's talk about in sower sow the seed? And you might just reach one person. I might just reach one person, but that one person might reach 100 people.
That's right.
So that right there also in this evilness happens the same way too. Spread this filthy communication.
Yes, sir. So verse 19, Hebrew.
Go ahead.
Nevertheless, the foundation of Elohim standeth sure, having this seal: Yahweh knoweth them that are his, and let everyone that nameth the name of Hamashiach depart from iniquity.
So iniquity, we know iniquity means sin or lawlessness, actually. Right. I think that the Greek word is used for is anomia. And it's, nomia is law. And when you put the A on it, anomia, it means without law. And if you go into and start reading, you say it's going to specifically tell you without the Mosaic law. So lawlessness, iniquity. Right. Apart from that, this filthy communication is known as iniquity.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get into the lesson. That was just the intro of it. Let's get into the lesson.
All praise, man.
See if we can get some of this understanding or seeing some of this filthy communication in the script. The first one is not going to actually be filthy communication. It's actually going to be being identified, who you are. They will be able to tell who you are by the way that you talk, what you say, even your accent or the way you pronounce certain words.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it real quick. In the book of Judges.
Yes, sir. Family is going to be Judges chapter 12. Judges chapter 12, verses 5 and 6. Judges 12, 5 and 6.
Go ahead, read when you get there.
All right, so verse 5. And the Gileadite took the passage of Jordan before the Ephraimites, and it was so that when those Ephraimites which were escaped said, Let me go, over that the men of Gilead said unto him, Art thou an Ephraimite? If he said, Nay, then said they unto him, Say not. I'm sorry. Am I going? No, that's 5, 6. I'm sorry.
Yes.
And they start back at the top of 6. Then said they unto him, Say now, Shibboleth. And he said, Shibboleth, for he could not frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him and slew him at the passage of Jordan. And there fell at that time of the Ephraimite 42,000.
See, even by your words, the way you even pronounce your words, how you say your words, people will know, hey, you're not from there, or
Right.
you are from, you're not from here.
Right.
I can just tell by the way you talk. What he say? Say shibboleth. Couldn't say. He said shibboleth. Shibboleth.
They ain't have the right. They ain't have the right twang with it or something.
Right. If you look at it, he couldn't pronounce the sh in there.
Right.
He was only, was able to say the si. So they was able right there to tell where he was from, or where where they were from. Those are like you said, identifying markers of us as people. Knowing, oh man, you got that proper English, man. So you must be, from the city, or yeah. Or you can tell them from, right.
Hey, listen, when I first moved to Denver, people used to always like, "Where you from with that gold tooth?"
See? Exactly. So people, they're able to tell us just from our speech pattern, or just from our speech where we're from. Right. Even when we start using those vulgar words, just think about it. Back in the day, you can watch some of them old movies. Well, I don't go watch them now, but you remember some of them old movies, because when you hear like just say the Mac, right. When you hear the old pimps used to talk, right. And they used to say, "Oh man, yeah, he one of them pimps out there, man." Right. You can see the way So just by your speech or your language or the words you use, people can identify who you are, where you've been, and everything. And this is right here is what's going to get us into our lesson. Your speech bewrayeth thee. Let's get to that next script in Matthew.
Yeah, it's gonna be family. It's gonna be Matthew 26. Matthew 26. We're gonna read one verse out of that. It's gonna be verse 73. So Matthew 26, verse 73. Excuse me. I need something to drink.
I hope the family getting edified by this, man. Or, like I said, I understand that we use certain words, and it's all on how you use certain words too. Because you can be using words to describe something. The bitch word was never meant to be used for a woman. It was just for a female dog, and that's what the name of a female dog is. But we'll quickly use it for a for a woman. Right. So we made it vulgar, ourselves, instead of using the words to what it's supposed to be used for. Right. But that's us as people, man.
Oh yeah. And we just took all kind of animals and tried to relate them to human. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dog. Look at that dog there.
Right. And to what matter of fact, we're gonna get into it in Isaiah when we say that. Call it, hey, what's up, dog? Right. That's supposed to be a good thing.
Hey, when I first read that, I was like, I was definitely convicted, because we used to use it too much, Too much. That's my dog there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
No, you ain't wanted no part of that,
Not anymore.
But Matthew 26 again, family, verse 73. You ready, bro? I'll go ahead and read.
Go ahead and read.
And it reads, And after a while came unto him they that stood by, and said to Peter, Surely thou art also one of them, for thy speech bewrayeth thee.
Hence the name of the class, thy speech bewrayeth thee.
Mhm.
They was able to tell Peter who you are, who you was with, just by your speech,
Yeah.
just by the way you talk.
You one of them Galileans.
Right, right. Your speech, just and that word bewrayeth is evidence or gave you away.
Mm.
His speech is what gave you away. Just like we read it in Judges, his speech gave him away.
Mm.
All right, jump to so they can tell who you are even hanging with just
Mhm.
by the speech that you use. What you know, the people you are talking to, just by the speech that you're using. Let's get to Acts, and then we're gonna come back to Matthew.
Okay. So it's gonna be Acts, the book of Acts, family, Acts chapter 4. It's gonna be Acts 4 and one verse again, verse 13.
Go ahead when you're ready. All right.
Okay, and it reads, Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled. And they took knowledge of them that they had been with Yeshua. Mm.
Yeah, that'll take us right back. It was the same way they was able to tell, you know, how who Peter was, who he hung with, who he had been with, who he talked to, where he get his teachings from, and everything.
Right.
Go back to Matthew 26 and 74 and see how Peter had to try and distinguish himself away from them. See what type of speech he used. So that means when we read this, we'll see that Peter was talking a certain way and was not talking a certain way. So that's the way they was able to identify. Let's go back. Let's go ahead and read it. Read it when you get there. 26.
You want me to do 73 and 74, correct?
Go ahead, 73 and 74.
Okay, so we went back to Matthew 26, family. Matthew 26 again, 73 and verse 74. And it reads, And after a while came unto him they that stood by, and said to Peter, Surely thou also art one of them, for thy speech bewrayeth thee. Then began he to curse and to swear, saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crew.
Even the chicken telling on you. Even the chicken telling you. Even the chicken don't like that speech. Oh, he lying.
Right,
he with them. But yeah, no, that's but we see that he had to start using curse words or cuss words and swear, you know, swearing words to say that he was not with them.
He was trying to throw him off the trail. That's what he was doing, Hebrew.
You're right. Right.
Hey, I'm gonna take up the sounding like y'all, so y'all won't think I'm with him.
Exactly. Exactly. So that means that, you know, they had vulgar language or they had bad language. Peter was not talking that way when he walked with Christ.
Right. I used to in the last script we read in Acts, when I was it Acts, yeah. It said they were speaking with boldness. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
They were speaking just like the Messiah was speaking. You know what I'm saying? With that boldness.
With that boldness. Like, oh,
that was one of the identifiers right there. You know.
Right. We can tell who you've been around. We're talking like that. Right. Like I seen what was it? It was a meme. They say, man, y'all better stop these these little kids hanging around y'all grandparents. What it was something like, how old are you? Well, come May, I'll be about 6 years old. So that's how the little boy goes. Well, yeah, you can tell he been hanging around his grandparents. The Lord say the same. You know. So you've been hanging around your grandparents a lot, man, right? You know?
You sounded like you 71, you know.
Right. Right.
So the next spot, family, is Matthew 5. Matthew 5, 33 through 37. So Matthew 5.
Oh, go ahead when you're ready.
Okay, so verse 33. Again, ye have heard that it had been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto Yahweh thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is Elohim's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou cannot make one hair white or black. But let your communications be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil.
Exactly. We see that, and we just read about Peter, how he was doing all that swearing to take himself out of, so he won't be known as one of them. And he was around the Messiah at this time when it was written right here in Matthew, don't do any swearing. So he knew this. Now, we understand that a swear can be an oath or, man, I swear for God, we said, those type of things. I put my hand on a stack of Bibles, man, I wasn't over there, we
on my grandmama grave.
Right. You said, and the youngsters using right now, man, on God, man. Yeah. On my mama. I'm like, come on, man.
Right.
Really? We not you can't change none of those things. So we're not supposed to be using that swearing. That is more filthy speech. It's just not the 4-letter words that we use or we see out here. These are the things that we got to be conscious about when we hear and see them.
Right.
Not only are we supposed to be out here teaching our people come back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, we supposed to be out here teaching them these things also. Hey, hold on, wait, man, don't say that, man, because the Bible says you're not supposed to be doing those type of things or saying those type of things. But no, what we do, we go ahead and let it pass, don't say anything about it. Well, we could be counted as that watchman. The blood could be on our hands. So we need to be careful when we even hearing our people talk this way. That's where we at? James. Okay, we're in James.
No. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Family, it's gonna be James. The book of James. Going back to James 5. It's gonna be one verse 12. I didn't see that. That was over there in the cut.
It tucks off in the
James 5, family. And one verse again, verse 12.
You can go ahead when you're ready.
Okay, and it reads, but above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be yea, and your nay be nay, lest ye fall into condemnation.
That's again going by that swearing. Going by that swearing again. We used to hear them saying, hey man, something happened, or they used to use words, man, I be God damn. Hey man, what?
Right.
Do you know you are condemning yourself?
Yeah, I'll be
calling yourself to damnation or damnation your life. Using those words or swearing that way, or even calling things damn. You're going, oh man, you just say go back to the tire. You had a blowout on your car. That happens. Man, I'm getting tired of this damn car. You just condemn something that's been getting you to work 364 days, and at 365 it blew a tire.
Right.
Come on, man. We can't be doing that. And we know the word, like say, damn is in the Bible, just along with the word ass is in the Bible, piss is in the Bible. We know that, but even if those words use them in a certain context, we need to be careful of. We need to be real careful of. Let me read something from this book real quick.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
It said cursing your entire life. when someone uses the phrase "I be damned," it is saying the exact same thing. They're gonna say it from above, something I'm not gonna read, but from above. Only it is also requesting a curse to be put upon their entire life.
Mm.
The first phase asks for a curse to be put upon the particular situation, surroundings of that person. When someone uses this phrase, it is asking for their whole life to be cursed.
Mm.
To say this phrase is equivalent to saying, I be cursed, or I place a curse on my life. With these words, a person is putting a widespread curse on their lives. So we need to be very careful when we use certain words, or even when we use them not just against our own lives, against other people.
Right.
You didn't hear it all the time. Damn you. Right. You know, no, we can't be using those words, man. That's not the way we should be talking, because we could be cursing all people. Now we're gonna get into a little bit in the next part of this. Gonna be, I'm almost done, so we don't have too much more to go. We'll get into a little bit of it is 2 Kings, because we know they talk rough in the Bible. They talk rough in the Bible. So we're gonna hear a little rough speaking. It's not nothing too rough, because I could have pulled many other scriptures on here also, but just gonna be a couple of them. So we're in what, 2 Kings?
2 Kings 6. What the hell? Oh, I just turned my camera off. I'm sorry. All right, there I go. It's gonna be 2 Kings 6, family. Verse 25. Let's get this back a little bit. 2 Kings 6 and verse 25.
Go ahead when you're ready, huh?
Okay, and it reads, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it, until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cab of doves dung for 5 pieces of silver. And
a cab mean a piece.
Right.
So we can just see here and see that it said a 4th part of a piece of doves dung, or a piece of SH.
Right.
That's what it would be sold for. So, I mean, certain words, they were used in the Bible, but you know, we'll take it and call somebody a piece of, or a cab of doves, or you know, since a dove is a foul chicken, man, you ain't no chicken, you know.
Right.
You know, no, we can't be using those words. Those are things that we see, but when we take them and put them in a different context, bro, we could be doing some damage, man.
Right.
Yeah, we could be doing some damage. Taking it a little bit too far. All right, the next one, another quick one-liner, rough talking in the Bible, just showing.
Yeah, we're going to 2 Kings chapter 18. Same book, brothers. 2 Kings, sisters also. Chapter 18 is going to be verse 27.
Go ahead when you're ready, huh?
Okay, and it reads, but Rabshakeh said unto them, hath my master sent me to thy master and to thee to speak these words? Hath he not sent me to the men which sit on the wall, that they may eat their own dung and drink their own piss with you?
Nope. It's in the Bible. We see it. Eat your own boo-boo and drink your own piss.
Right.
It is there in the Bible. So I'm not going to sit here and act like, you know, it's not harsh words that's being used out here in the Bible. Then once we go into it, I see, okay, who's using these words? Where are they coming from also? You know, so, but, you know, but with that being said, this is considered a holy book. This is a holy book.
Yes, sir.
So it deals with all aspects of life. So I'm not going to sit here and, you know, pretend like it's not needed, or is, you know, to describe something, explain something, or, you know, put something in the right perspective, or, you know, situational things. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not needed. Yes, sometimes it is needed. Sometimes it is called for. And Ecclesiastes 3 says it's a time for everything. You know, so some things do warrant certain language to be used, or you know, in whatever situation you may be in. But we see that it's rough talk in the Bible too. So let's get the next one, and we see how they talk down on this. I think in Sirach, back again in the Apocrypha.
Yeah. Because we know that the Most High asked one of the prophets to take some dung, some human dung at that,
right?
To make cakes out of it.
Right.
And he's like, no, please, no. Like, we'll take some of that cow dung over there.
Yeah, right, right.
We'll give you some of that cow dung, man. Make some cakes out of it.
Make some cakes out of it and eat that. Yeah. You should bake your bread.
We're going, brothers and sisters, we're going back to the book of Sirach, chapter 22. And we're going to read, it's page 83 for those who got their book. Not 83 in mine, but Sirach 22, it's going to be verses 1 through 2.
Go ahead when you're ready, huh?
Okay, so verse 1 reads, a slothful man is compared to a filthy stone, and everyone will hiss him out of his disgrace. A slothful man is compared to the filth of a dunghill. Every man that takes up will shake his head. Will shake his head.
So if you're a slothful, lazy man, you're going to be called, or you can be compared to, and when it says to a filthy stone, this is book, you know, they remember this is from the Greek and Persian captivity, is written in Greek. And what the Greeks used to do is find one of those stones, I forgot what is it called. That's what they used to take and wipe their behind with.
Oof.
What a
That's some rough buttocks back then.
Right. So when it says a filthy stone, that's what it means. They used to take that stone and wipe their tails with it. And then they would say, you're going to be a slothful man. What's called man can be compared to a pile of boo-boo. You know, that, I mean, like you said, go ahead, huh?
Hey, no, we know people like that growing up. You know what I'm saying? When they were lazy around the house or just there, you know, they got called a lot of names. They got called a lot of things, Hebrew. You know?
Right. I wonder what would happen if we had just went ahead and it started saying, man, look, bro, you are a lively person, man. The work is around your heart. Right. He said, man, he ain't got no work nowhere near his heart, man. But no, I tell you, man. You know. But what if we start speaking, you know, edifying words on them?
Some uplifting words, you know.
Yeah, right. Well, we call them. But hey, if that spirit is on them and they accepted it, they're gonna be called a whole pile of boo-boo.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Hey, so the next script family, 1 Kings 12.
This is gonna go into a little bit on some more rough language in the Bible. You gotta understand what it means when we get to the meat of it, and it will also goes with who you're listening to, who you're talking to, and everything else. This one right here is family. Y'all need, listen to this one pretty intensely and see what you all get out of it. I'm gonna explain it a little bit, but it's not gonna need much explaining or giving a sense of it. And we don't have too much longer here. We're gonna read a couple more, but let's get it.
Okay, so 1 Kings again, family 12. We're gonna start at verse 3. We're gonna read 3 through 10. So 1 Kings 12 and 3, and it reads that they sent and called him, and Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee. And he said unto them, Depart ye for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. And Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father.
Listen what he did. Listen what he did first. He went to the old men first.
Yeah.
He went to consult with the old men. That's something that that's something what we should be doing. Let's get to the elders and talk to the elders first, you know.
Right.
And seeing what they have to say. Especially our youngsters out there. Come to the elders and see what they have to say. But let's continue on reading, see what happens.
Okay. Start back at 6 again. And Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever.
Now we are called to be servants or ministers out here to our people. That's what we're called for. This is something that he didn't want to do.
Right.
They said, this is the way you're going to get the people. Serve the people in righteousness. No, be good to the people. And they would serve you forever. You will always have them out there as servants.
That's what the Messiah said, Hebrew. He's like, I come to you as a servant. You know what I'm saying? Not as, he's like, I call you guys brothers now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's like, I'm going to watch you guys feed and be, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he took that role up, you know, to be a servant.
Be a servant, become that servant. And that's a lot, you know, everybody want to get the big head and act like, you know, hey man, you know, I'm the biggest, baddest teacher in Israel, man. Y'all need to be around me, and I got to let me get the chief seat in the house, and you need to be around. No, bro, that's what we wasn't called for that.
Right.
We wasn't called for that. Now when it's your time to speak and the people gather around, what's E.F. Hutton? He's the old person, everybody listen. Right. Okay, go. Now you can go ahead and make your point. You know, you got the people attention.
Hey, but the lesson Young Lion did, he's like, when a wise person speak, people waiting. They waiting for that opportunity. Right. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you say something, their ears is attentive, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what's gonna come out of your mouth. You know, something to edify them. You know. But
see that he told him to minister to the people. This, but let's see what he gonna do here. Next up,
verse 8. But he forsook the counsel of the old men.
He did what?
He forsook the counsel of the old men, which they had given him, and consulted with the young men. Them hotheads.
Listen who the young men were though. Go ahead.
That were grown up with him. So
I'm finna go listen to my homeboy. Right. Me and my homeboys finna gather together and talk about this.
Right.
This is what we gonna do, man. Ain't nobody got time for them old heads, man. They telling me to go over there and kiss them people tail.
Right.
You think I'm finna go do that? No, I'm the king. I'm not finna go do that.
Lean on them.
Yeah, right. Right. Listen what his partners told him.
Right.
Go ahead.
And which stood before him. Verse 9. And he said unto them, What counsel give ye that we may answer this people who have spoken to me, saying, Make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter. And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, Thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, Thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thou shalt say unto them, My little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. I was like, God.
Oh, all right. That's what his partners told him to go tell the people, bro. Now you tell me there ain't no rough talk or rough language or rough speaking in the Bible. I understand. We look who it's coming from. Say, man, my little finger gonna be, thicker than my, if you think my daddy was hard, wait till you get a hold of me.
Right.
It's rough talking, some rough language in the script, man. But hey, are we supposed to be using it? And then if you consider, look who you hanging with, look who you getting your information from. I grew up, like we say, I have my son is almost 30, so still to this day I try to talk to him about certain things, and Hey, my partner said, I mean, look, I'm not worried about your partner said, I'm not worried about, look, I'm going to tell you to try to give you some good advice, what you should be doing out here right now.
Right.
Because you communicating with somebody that haven't even went anywhere, did anything, no more than what you have done, only have a limited, amount of knowledge on the subject that you're asking them about. Right. But talk to some people that have been through some things to help you out to get through, what you call. But they love to say, well, man, my partner said this. Yeah. I always want to use some bad language. Man, your partner. Don't worry about your partner.
Right.
Hey. Okay, look, let me try to get this, but we see these, hard words or harsh language was used in the Bible. So I'm not trying to say we are called to be a holy people unto the Most High. We just need to be mindful on how we use our words when we're talking to people, talking about things, and everything. You just need to be mindful of it. Where we at?
We're gonna go to 1 Corinthians, family. 1 Corinthians is gonna be chapter 15. 1 Corinthians chapter 15.
And this is a common scripture that we always hear used. A lot of people use, but this goes right along with the scripture we just read. Hanging around your partners, them listening to what your partners them got to say, and them jokers ain't no good themselves.
Right. They got nothing but worldly knowledge to give you anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like you say, half of them ain't been through what you going through.
Right.
They the same age. They might know somebody who did, but ain't like they can give you good counsel on it. Well, my uncle, he did this.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like a crook when he get to jail, the other crooks get going there to the man. Look, see, if you had did it this way, you wouldn't have had got caught and been here. You in here. You in here with me.
You locked up too.
Right.
That's funny.
I'm waiting to get out, man, because the last dude that was in here, he told me how not to get in here again. Man, you coming right back again, man.
Right. I'm gonna try when I get out.
Yeah.
And that's what they used to call a turnaround,
Right.
As soon as you get out, you just turn around, come right on back in.
That revolving door.
Mm-hmm. So 1 Corinthians 15, family, verse 33, one script, verse 33. And it reads, be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners.
They just go right back into it. Look, you getting advice from your homeboys. Y'all sitting around here talking, what's called, they're gonna corrupt. Any good manners that you do have in you is gonna be gone. The elders try to give you some good advice and so you can have these good manners, but you forsook that and went to go talk to your partners. Right. And they gave you some evil stuff to say.
Right.
He
told them, hey, listen, if you do this, if you serve them, guess what? They'll be your servants forever.
Forever.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Right. But you're going to go out here with a whip and break their backs. And then you continue on reading, they talk that way too, but and said that's what they did. Let's get to next script. Like I say, we ain't got about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more, maybe.
Yeah.
We're not too bad.
We're going to Matthew, brothers and sisters, Matthew 5, and we're going to read 21 and 22. Matthew 5, verse 21 and 22.
Like I said, I tried to say I'm gonna hold it to about an hour and a half, because I had one that I had to cut out some scripts because it couldn't went along. Let me cut back and see if I can get.
Let the spirit flow, Hebrew man. Hey, listen, hey, this your first time on here. Deal with us.
I wanted to make sure I get straight to that point and get the meat of it out of the lesson and see that it hopefully is edifying to the family, man.
All praises, Hebrew. So again, family, Matthew 5. I'm sorry, we're going to start at verse 21. And it reads, ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not kill. And whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you, that whoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in the danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hell fire.
All these things right here, we can't even, rocker, you go into the definition of it, go into rocker, it means like you just worthless. Like I hear a lot of brothers on here, man, on social media calling other brothers bands. And that's a female dog, a donkey, nigga, a bee nigga.
Right.
I'm like, okay, man, why? That's your brother, man. It's just like calling rocker. Right. You said he's nothing.
Yeah.
And that's something it's actually, again, we're cursing our people. We already have these Deuteronomy 28 curse on us because we hadn't followed the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and we're trying to come up out of that. But we have our people within ourselves. Like, who is that? Who was it? They try to curse Israel. Balaam. Balaam and
Balaam, yeah.
Yeah. They try to, curse Israel, but the Most High was already with them. And as a matter of fact,
I can't curse these people. The best I can do is get them to strip up.
That's
I
it.
can't curse them.
Right. And see, with that being said, our enemies knew how to get us also. Get them to go against the laws of the Most High.
Yes,
matter of fact, that's in Judith, I believe, 5:20 and 21. It talks about it. So they can, you can if you get them to go against or sin against their God, you got them. But if you don't get them to go against their God, better leave them alone because the Most High is with them. But we went against our power.
All they did, Hebrew, they started parading them other females around Israel.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And we started
you want to see an Israelite straight? Afraid enough lilies around. You know what I'm saying? Enough female around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you get us together as Israelites and we look at we're gonna start using harsh language. Man, look at that. Man, look at the hips or the booty on that.
What you doing over here, man? Oh no, they good people, man.
Right. So that's what they do to us, though. They know how to get us.
Yeah.
But we are coming out of this thing now.
Oh, no doubt.
As a people. So we're changing our, whole attitude on everything.
Yeah.
On a lot of stuff. Like that's why I said on this language part is one I knew that I can try to control myself on, more and more on a daily basis.
Right.
And it has, helped me out, reading the scriptures, listening to the Bible or listening to classes constantly on, and you don't hear all that because secular music I done cut out completely.
Right.
Because it influences you. You listen to it, you're gonna influence, you're gonna catch on to a beat real quick, it's gonna influence, they got you. And next thing you know, here go the words, they're gonna be coming out of them, and you're gonna be reciting these words like you can't even remember the 10 Commandments, but you can remember this song word for word. Right. Every word in there.
Hey, listen, Hebrew, I was the other day I was driving and that old Nelly song came on. That I don't even remember the name of the song, but I think it's Hot in Here, whatever. Right. You remember that party there now talking about I'm up in here with the rest of my heathen, me and the rest of my heathens.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I know it from past that song, we shouldn't, but I ain't gonna lie. Here I was thinking about that crap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It kept kind of trying to replay in my mind that little one part, That's the part of eye gates and our ear gates, Hebrew. You know what I'm saying?
The rest of my heathens and temptation or something. Does it say temptation or something in there after it say the rest of my heathens?
Oh,
temptation. The rest of my
I remember back in the day, when you was out at the club or something, they put that on.
Yeah,
everybody knew that one part.
Yeah.
Everybody knew that one part,
Right. Even the song was telling on itself, but we couldn't get it. Because I believe it says something about temptation. Let you know it's temptations out here.
Maybe.
Yeah, I haven't heard it in a while either, but I know it goes something.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Most of my time, just like you said, either in the scriptures or listen to lessons.
Right. Right.
But next spot, family, is Isaiah 5. Isaiah the 1 verse 20. Isaiah 5, 1 verse 20.
Go ahead when you're ready.
And it reads, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter.
And we know this, that we use all type of words now. Evil for good, good for evil. When we call something bad, most of the time you got to figure out what they're talking about. Oh man, look at that car. That's a bad car. Right. Right. Or when you hear stuff like where is it, man? When a song come on, you're just talking about it. Oh, that's my right there, man. Right. That's my SH right there. Oh, there's some good, SH. I'm like, man, come on, what? Really? That's the language we're using now? Right. Or somebody asks you something and you be like, wow, for real, am I hell yeah? Okay, you said hell? I mean, yeah to hell? I mean, if we really sit back and look at something, listening to some of the words that we use, we're like, we shouldn't be using that, man. We shouldn't be talking that way. Yeah. And it started convicting me a lot because I used to use it a whole lot. One of my favorite saying was, well, goddamn, all the time.
Right.
I used to use that on a regular. Man, I need to be getting back and try to repent for every time I said that. Because what the scripture says, every idle word that you speak, you got to pay for.
Yes, sir.
You have to pay for it. All right.
The next spot.
Let's get to the next spot.
Titus, the book of Titus, chapter 2. Titus, chapter 2.
All right, go ahead when you're ready. Go ahead when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in there.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. It's back there where all the T's at in the back.
Oh, I know. It's so little, though,
Right.
Titus. Close. Get out of here, man.
And it's just gonna go into how we should be about our speech, what type of mind frame we should have, being careful on how we talk to one another. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go into it. When I came into this walk, there's a barber that I was dealing with. Hebrew. He told me a story that elder guy told him. He said, "Man, just sit back and watch somebody that's, borderline or alcoholic. You can just sit back and just start watching them, looking at them, and before they take their drink, they're talking. They're cool with you. Mm-hmm. They're just talking. You can see that person talking to you. That's right. The person talking to you. Once they get a little drink in them, okay, yeah, he's still talking. He's still cool. I still see this person. Get a little bit more, you start to see things change, like something else and took over. Yeah, you start, especially in the speech pattern. Right. Or the conversation, where not even just the pattern, or which way the conversation is going now. Yeah. And now you start, get a little bit more drinking. Where he's out of there now.
Hey, they're gonna either do one or the other. They're either gonna get real sad or real lovey-dovey. You know what I'm saying? Someone start crying. Right. Go back to when their puppy died or their wife cheated on them, whatever. Sit up and cry. Someone won't stop hugging you and
right. But another driver is in that seat. They're out of there.
Right.
So but we just pay attention, and that's what this is gonna go into in Titus real quick, because we know most of the time that alcohol does influence certain things, and it will help you. To your language to be even more vulgar. Right. You'll forget because another driver's in that seat. That's not you talking that way. Because if you had a clear, sound mind, you have clear, sound speech. Right. Now that's I sip myself, but you know, say watch myself on how much I sip, and then especially who I am around when I am sipping. I'd rather be around a whole group of brothers because we'll, you know, watch out for one another.
Right.
Brothers in this walk instead of being around who we used to call brothers out in this world, because we know those are truly not our brothers according to Hamashiach.
Right.
Yeah, he said, who is my mother, brother, sister, the ones that do the will of my Father.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So Titus 2, family. Titus 2, we're going to start at verse 1, read 1 through 8. And it reads, but speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers.
There go that holiness again. Holy again. That's even talking about how the aged woman should be. We know what alcohol does to people. We know the influence that it has over us, and you know what it can do, especially with our women. Because they will easily let certain spirits in when, you know, the alcohol is on them.
Yeah,
so we have to be careful.
They be up on the table, you know.
Up under or up under it. Right. Go ahead.
Okay, not false accusers, not giving them much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers of at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Elohim be not blasphemed. Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded, in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, and doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned.
Sound what?
Sound speech that cannot be condemned.
And
he that is of a contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you.
Hallelujah. That's what I'm talking about with this, because alcohol, drug influence, and all that would throw our speech off real quick. It doesn't take much to influence us as a people. You know, I don't go by the 12 tribe chart or none of that stuff, but I do know that some of the Native Americans that, you know, were melanated, you know, let me say it like that, were our people, you know, and when they get a hold of that, what's they used to call it, like say fire, water, yeah. So we know how they used to act and what spirits they thought they used to see, and no telling what they were saying.
They was ready for war in Hebrew. They were ready to go show out then, brother.
Yeah, and then they what is called a TP. Take it out in the woods, fight, getting loaded on a what was the peyote, that peace pipe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. what we see it now today, that, you know, it impact. Okay, just go to the clubs. They out there drinking in the club, getting drunk, high, loaded, and you happen to walk past one, step on his shoe one time, it's over with. And
you gotta take it outside then.
And these are young men. What it said, the script said, your young men are faint on the head of every street corner. You know, full of the wrath of the Most High.
Like a bull in the net, you know.
Like you come. My thing is that we see the alcohol influence can have a major impact on your speech. It said it here in Titus.
Yeah.
You know, and it kept saying sober.
Right.
Most of the time then it was the wine. You know, now it's more than wine. They got them way off in
They're drinking that Darmatane, that syrup, whatever that
right,
stuff, you know.
right,
They own a whole bunch of stuff nowadays, you know.
right. Popping every type of pill that's out there.
Mhm.
You
Smoking
know,
that. What is that stuff that embalming fluid and
that's that
Please,
fry.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, them serum sticks. I
Yeah.
remember they calling back in the day. Yeah,
Yeah.
they getting off everything. So that's a major influence that's having over our people. The Bible say have a sober mind because we know what it will lead to.
Yes, sir.
You know, and one cuss word that you would say, and you have cursed your brother, and to the point that where death could be made out there at that time.
Mm.
We just need to be very, very careful on what not only when we're drinking or whatever other influence that we own, that we do not say the wrong thing to offend our brother, to cause them to err in their walk. And it's just not, like I said, it's just not the cuss, the 4-letter words. These are all type of things that we do or say that we need to be careful with our speech. Some people are easily offended.
Right.
You need, and some of you need to deal with them on a certain level. Some that are easily offended, and you know that you are a rough talker or a rough teacher, they don't need to be around you. Simple point blank. I mean, some people you can be talking about somebody over in Africa, and they be sitting there looking at you like you talking about them. Hey man, look, I'm not even talking about you. You know? Right. So some people are just very easily offended by even certain words. They just don't need to be around you.
Right.
If it gets to that point. But with that being said, we do need to just be careful on how we use our words and our our speech. Make sure we are sound mind and we're using them for the edification of our people. You know?
Yes,
And it's going to take some rebuking sometimes to edify some of our people. If you get offended by that, for righteous correction, the scripture also talks about that.
Right.
That's not on me. That's on you.
Right.
I'm sorry, I can't keep handling you, with kid gloves. Right. Sometimes you're gonna have to take this Mike Tyson knockout.
Hey, it's the way you should do it, and the scripture teach you that you can go to him the first time and be like, "Hey, bro, hey, listen, what you doing ain't right, man." But if you got to come correct him again, yes, you can be harsh on him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your speech don't have to be like, "Oh, baby boy,"
Right. Let me hook. Yeah.
Right. No.
And go back to it. If you look at it, we're men. The Most High say, I call men.
Yes, sir.
I call men, but there is also a way that a holy man that the Most High call talk.
Right.
Let's get these. We finish the title. We got these one-liners that finna come up, and I'm pretty. Everybody pretty much know these right here, but I wanted to hit them anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Psalms 19, family. Psalms 19. It's gonna be verse 14.
Hey, real quick. Let me throw a monkey wrench here. Let me get Ephesians. Let me get Ephesians 5.
All right.
Ephesians 5. And let's go to verse Ephesians 5, and let's go to verse 3. I want to say, let me make sure I get that right. Yeah. Let's go to Ephesians 5, and let's start at 1, and we're gonna read 1 through 4. 1 through 5.
1 through 5.
Huh.
All right. So Ephesians 5, family, verse 1. Be ye therefore followers of Elohim as dear children, and walk in love as Hamashiach also hath loved us, and hath given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to Elohim for a sweet smelling savor. But fornication and all uncleanliness or covetousness, let it be not once named among you, as becometh saints, neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks.
Go back to read that one more time for me so they can get a understanding of 4.
Verse 4. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which is playing, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks.
Sometimes there's you people like we see it all the time. People say, they playing around or joking around.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that could be coming from a different place.
Sometimes we used to always say back in the day, sometimes people playing, but they trying you at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful with that,
Right. You got to be careful. That's why I say, that's why Paul said it's jesting, a lot of the jesting with it. Man, I don't know about that, bro. That kind of hit home. I think you meant to say that. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
I remember one time Hebrew, a guy, these two guys, whatever, and the guy told him, man, I ought to slap you. And the guy got mad, like, go ahead, slap me then. And then after he saw it was serious, he's like, nah, man, see, you can't even play with you. He's like, no, you weren't playing.
Right. That's been on your mind.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You wanted to do that. You've been one. It's probably been on your mind a long time. Here go your opportunity right there. Go ahead, try it. That's why I say so you can't do that playing or horse playing like you call it.
Right.
But it also said foolish talk.
Mm-hmm.
We can't be doing all that foolish talking about nothing.
Yeah, and honestly, it's a lot of that, especially in my workplace. What if these scenarios, what if somebody this, they like to come at me with that kind of, what I'm saying, what if this, like, hey, listen, you act like you can't overcome your flesh, brother.
Man.
I don't care if somebody walked in here naked, don't mean I got to, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be like that little wolf in the cartoons or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they don't understand that you can control your flesh, brother.
Some people just don't want to control it.
No, they don't. Because if she was nice enough, all of them be sitting around there diseased.
She don't have to be nice enough to be honest.
You ain't lying.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 5. For this ye know, that nor whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man, who is an idolater, hath any inheritance in the kingdom of Hamashiach and of Elohim.
Get that 6 for me.
Verse 6. Let no man deceive you with vain words.
There you go.
Because of these things cometh the wrath of Elohim upon the children of disobedience.
And it's easily to influence somebody that's already being disobedient.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be real careful on a lot of these words and things. Knowing we got to know who we talking to also. Right. So some of you can joke around with certain people because you two know each other. Even if you don't know each other, you can feel the spirit of that person. How they are. They don't mean nothing about it. We just joking around. That's what they say they do. But we just have to be careful on you can't do that with everybody.
Yeah, and you spoke on it earlier, Hebrew. Not everybody has the same amount of depth in this walk as some Hebrews.
There
you know
it is.
What I'm saying? And somebody who roots may not be as strong could be influenced the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? With just some jesting or, just chopping it up the wrong way with them,
Right. Yeah. Certain words you can tell certain people, man, they can go home and ponder on them words all night.
Mm-hmm.
And coming from you, it didn't mean anything. But it broke their sleep. They can't even sleep on it. What man, they said this to me, man. I know he came with that joke, man, but I should have said this back to him. And look, it's over. It's too late now. You know, or you can't go to work yesterday. Man, you told me this yesterday, man. Well, this
carry that spirit around. You're right. They'll just carry that spirit around with them.
Right. So some people you can't play along with like that. Go ahead.
Oh, that was it.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the one-liners.
Psalms 19, family. Psalms 19. Psalms 19, one verse 14.
Go ahead when you're ready, huh?
And it reads, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Elohim, my strength and my redeemer.
Hallelujah.
Yes,
Hallelujah. No, that don't need no explaining. Let's go to the next one.
Proverbs. It's going to be Proverbs 4, family. Proverbs 4, one verse again, verse 24.
Go ahead when you're ready, huh?
And it reads, put away from thee a forward mouth and perverse lips. Put far from thee. I'm going to read that one more time, Hebrew. Put away from thee a forward mouth and perverse lips. Put far from thee.
Yeah. Put it away. A forward mouth and perverse lips. Let's go to the next one.
It's Proverbs 6. One verse again, verse 12.
Ready when you ready.
Okay, and it reads, a naughty person, a wicked man walketh with a forward mouth. A naughty person.
And a wicked man walking with a forward mouth.
Yes, sir.
So they're just telling you the ones that do have a raw mouth or rash in their speech are wicked. Next one.
The next spot, family, Proverbs 18. Proverbs 18, verse 21.
Go ahead when you're ready.
And it reads, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
Death
Yes,
and
sir.
life is in the power of the tongue. So
I was going to say that earlier. I was like, I bet he got this in that lesson.
is in the power of the tongue. So whichever one that you're speaking, that's the fruit of it you're going to eat of.
Right. Speak life.
Speak life.
Next spot, family, Proverbs 21. One verse again, verse 23. Proverbs 21 and 23.
Go ahead.
Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. Hallelujah.
So if you're able to hold your mouth, keep it your mouth and your tongue, your mouth can get you in a world of trouble. We hit it. We hit it all the time when we were younger.
Hey, that was the truth too.
Right. If you just keep your mouth closed, you'll be all right.
Yes, sir.
You'll be all right. I know we got one more script, but I'm gonna throw one in the. Let me get James. Let's go to James before we hit this last one.
All right.
James 3 and 12, I believe. James 3 and 2, I want to say. I think it'll be 3:2 through 12. Let me make sure. James 3. Carl, you might as well go ahead and start at 1, and we're gonna read it down to 12, and then we'll get the last script.
Okay, so that's James 3 and 1.
Yeah, 3 and 1.
Okay. James 3 and 1, family.
Go ahead.
Okay, and it reads, my brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man.
Listen to that. Listen to that. Read that one more time. Listen to that.
For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man.
Weird.
And able also to bridle the whole body. That means that you could control your whole flesh, this whole flesh suit, if you can just control your mouth, brother.
Get your mouth. Close your mouth. I heard one of the guys, well, you better shut your black lips.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Verse 3. Behold, we put bits in the horse's mouth that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. Behold, also the ships, which though they be so great and are driven by fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth. Even so, the tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. And the tongue is a fire, a word of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body.
Listen to that. So just listen to that. The tongue can defile the whole body. What they say, we can't afford that. Your mouth gonna get you in a place where what did you say? It's gonna be your mouth can get you in trouble, or gonna be a check you can't cash or something like that.
Write a check your butt can't cash.
Yeah, right. Right. That's what your mouth can get you.
Yeah.
It can get you that way. Defile your whole. We can't afford that.
Oh, I hear you.
That's hellfire.
No.
Go ahead.
The middle of 6. And set it on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things in the sea is tamed, and have been tamed of mankind. That's right, the whales and everything. But the tongue can no man tame.
Well, it's hard.
But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Therewith bless we Elohim, even the Father, and therewith curse we men, which are made after similitude of Elohim.
So you cursing your brothers with that foul mouth that is made after the image of the Most High. Go ahead. Huh?
You sit up and blessing the Father with the same tongue and turn around and curse your brother with it.
Curse your brother out. Or what do you say? Bless your brother out. Huh? Yeah.
You're right. You're going to get blessed. Verse 10. Out of the same mouth proceeded blessing and cursing. My brethren, these things ought not so to be.
All praise, all praise. Yeah, that's it. I wanted. Did I say? What did I say? Go down to 12. Yeah, go down to 12.
Okay. Verse 11. Doth a fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter? Negative. Can a fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries? Either a vine figs? So can no fountain both be of salt water and fresh.
And just go back to it, telling you that you shouldn't be trying to use holy language or holy speech and then turn around and having a foul mouth also. Right. A fig tree don't. The Most High is showing us with nature how things supposed to be.
Right.
We're the only creature that actually disobeys the Most High. We're the only thing. Everything else obeys him. Everything. I would say with everything that have breath, give him praise. Man, not right now. I gotta go to sleep. You know, we're not doing it. I mean, everything obeys the Most High except for the sun come up when the Most High tell the sun come up. The moon does the same thing. Stars come out. Stars fall in the sky when it's your turn to fall.
Right.
You know, when the Most High tells it to.
Right.
You know, the only people that creatures that don't do it is us. It's us. And it got now to the point that man has even manipulated the animals to do certain things that they shouldn't be doing, going against nature. But everything in its natural form obeys the Most High, except for us. And with this tongue that we have, he's telling the two greatest commandments. Love the Most High with all your heart, body, and soul, and love your brother, your neighbor as yourself.
Right.
If we do those things, we will not use use offensive words against our brothers, our neighbor.
Right.
And I use it, and I say brothers a lot because most of that's normally who I talk to. But it goes for the sisters also. It goes for them also, because the sister will be real quick to, in the world I see they quick to call each other a bad beat. But they can't handle the justin and playing like what men can. So they know they shouldn't be doing that at all. They should be doing it at all, because once they words get to flying, our spirit would take over and they can't stop.
Yeah, be some shoes throwing in,
Right. Hair pulling out, weeds flying all over the place.
Yes, sir.
But the same goes for the children of Israel. That's what the whole lesson is about. But we're gonna get to this last script, and the thing about it is that we're not gonna have to worry about that if we hold our tongues correctly once we get to the place where the Most High gonna want us to get to. And with that being said, let's get to this last script in Zephaniah.
It's gonna be Zephaniah 3, family. Zephaniah 3, verse 8 and 9. T, you finally seen I put them in there? Or did you put that in there, T?
You go ahead when you're ready.
All right, so Zephaniah 3 and verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, said Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may call upon the name of Yahweh to serve him with one consent.
Soon he gonna turn a pure language over to us, because right now we got blessings and curses coming out of the same mouth.
Right.
Soon when we get this pure language, we won't have that, and we can call on the Most High and with one consent, the way we should be calling on him. Because right now, he's not satisfied with our language that we use against one another, the way that we talk, about each other, the way that we talk to one another, the words that we use when we're handling in this book. One I wanted to say, like we were talking about, I heard the brothers reading the scripture and say, "Tell me, hey, come on, man, read that. Tell me what the SH say." I'm like, "What, man? You reading the Bible, and that's what you call the Bible dumb?" Or, "Hey, man, man, come on, man, read the damn Bible." I'm like, "Huh? That's what you're doing? That's the language that you have with the Most High Holy Word, and you finna go ahead and put His word out, and that's what you're calling it?"
I'm glad I ain't saw that Hebrew, because
it's rough, bro, and it's that reckless cussing that they do.
Right.
That's extremely reckless, and you're condemning yourself when you do that. It say, "Do not call evil good or good evil," and that's what you're doing. That's what you're calling it. How you gonna call the holy word of the Most High dumb or boo-boo?
No, hey, let's go on back to the script we just read. How you say, that two waters, you don't get fresh water basically and salt water going in the same thing. But even if you look at it just out in the ocean. You can see that divide. It's standing there, brother.
Right.
It will not mingle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It will not mingle. And that's what you the lesson you just did is true, bro. We should most definitely be careful about, you know what I'm saying, how we, speaking, bro. I mean, because I'm convicted myself. I do probably, I ain't no terrible speaker like I used to be. But like you say, I will, especially, I drive too. So I will admit, I will,
right.
I get cut off for no reason. Abba forgive me, you know what I'm saying? But it's true, man, But
that's us all. But we got so used to it, so accustomed to it, we said quick. That's all of us. Right. I'm not gonna act like I'm exempt from it. It's the same way with me. Quick, like, oh man, why did I do that? I just cursed that person right there. Not just cuss only, but I cursed that person. Now call them all kind of stupid, ignorant, what's called you can't see, So I understand where you're coming from with it, because all of us is still a work in progress. But that's why I did this class, man. So maybe it can bring a little bit more light to it, and we can think about these things just a little bit more on how we use our language, how we use our words, what we say, what we say.
To the Most High, Hebrew.
Yeah. Well, with that, family, that's the lesson, family. All praise to the Most High, and I hope that y'all was edified by it, and I look for doing it again.
Hallelujah.
All praises. Want to thank the brethren for another awesome edification to the body. Might go give me some band-aids and some gauze and whatnot. Boy, I don't even know if I'm going to look myself in the mirror tomorrow. But all praise to the brothers for the edification, that awesome lesson. Way to come out the gate, Eliyahu. This is Eliyahu's first time coming on the channel doing a lesson. It's been a blessing and a praise. Thank the Most High for putting that in his ruach to do. Very well needed. A lot of times we get in this walk, we get kind of complacent and whatnot. So always good to have a fresh viewpoint, a fresh set of eyes, a fresh mind. And man, just want to thank the Most High for putting that on that brother's spirit to bring that word to us all. And I'm gonna start calling Brother Noah's Lieutenant Fill-In. That man been putting in some work. Boy, these land come.
I can appreciate the brother, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He made the class easier for me to bring out too, because it was being understood that you understood what I'm saying.
All praises, man. And kind of disappointed in the fam. I seen up to about 35, 33 people who ain't got but 2 likes, 7 likes. Come on now, let's get them likes up, get them algorithms up, so we can get this word out, man. We gotta get them algorithms up so we can get this word out. And you know what I'm saying? It ain't about liking the person or liking hey man, if it's the word of the Most High, let's get them likes up so we can get the algorithms up so more people can see the lessons. They'll automatically see them, if the algorithms go up. Next thing, I want to thank everybody for their prayers and everything. Me and my family, all the prayers you guys gave out, man. The enemy try to put that thing on us. And hey man, the prayers and the well wishes and all that, we appreciate that. Excuse me, I'm still dealing with little remnants, but all praise to the Most High for his healing power. You know what I'm saying? Got me back in the game. And just want to thank everybody for their prayers, thoughts and prayers and everything like that. Tomorrow, we will be back in class tomorrow. I may not be there. I'm probably going to take one more Shabbat just to make sure I'm fully healed and make sure I ain't spread no contamination. So, but we will be at the hotel tomorrow. There's the address if you're in the Memphis or Mississippi area, Olive Branch, South Haven area. That's where we'll be congregating tomorrow. Got some more awesome brothers going to be on deck tomorrow. I think it's Charlie Yard and Rob or Charlie Yard and Corey going to be on deck tomorrow. Come on out and fellowship with your brothers and sisters. We will, if you can't make it out to the class, we'll be online again tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Y'all see the spirit that the Most High put on these brothers. Y'all continue to support the channel. Y'all continue to support these brothers. Continue to pray for these brothers and their families. You see the Ruach. I ain't got to say no more on that. Y'all see the Most High dealing with these brothers. Man, y'all just continue to spread the word. Continue to tune in Friday nights, Saturday afternoon. Sometimes we might come to you on Thursday. Ain't no telling just how the Ruach hit. But just want to thank these two brothers once again for their diligent work and yielding themselves to the spirit of the Most High. You brothers got anything else you want to say to the people before we sign out?
See, that's good. That's all I got. I'm just saying again, all praise and glory go to the Most High. Y'all is only begotten Son. Y'all who shall have up to y'all.
Yes, sir.
And blessed be, keep the blessings to the family.
Yes, sir.
I'm just echoing pretty much the same thing. I mean, one love to the family, all praise to the Most High, man. Love y'all, man. Miss you. You know, shalom. Enjoy your Sabbath night. You know, and y'all will congregate again a little bit later.
All praise.
All praise.
All praise. Honor and magnificent glory is unto our Elohim, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob. To our brothers and sisters in the faith, as always, we salute you. And y'all know how we do. It's always for me, KOE, kingdom over everything. Kingdom over everything. Or you can say kingdom over everybody. Are you willing to put your mind, body, and soul on the line?
Call this kingdom over everything. I'm about my Abba's business, for I be my wedding ring. Married to the gospel and I'm faithful, never giving up. That's word to the chief. My belief in the spiritual. Do the work, plant the seed. Christ is what these people need. Not them doctors that y'all feed. Souls burning cause of greed. Hands to the piss out, like the swizz that from my brizz out. 10 toes biz out as I'm praying for my criz out. Precept on them precepts while I let the spirit direct. Every move I miss, can't let the serpent knock my soul away. Praying for the strength to make it through the day. Darts flying at me, but a feast just keep me trapped. Pappy say he got me long as I worship his son. He say I'll never lack as long as he is number one. That's why I'm on my knees begging for forgiveness. Regardless what y'all think, this kingdom business. Call it KOE. I won't let you get my life. I won't let you get my body. I'm a soldier of Yahweh. We gon' kill Illuminati. It's the kingdom over everything. We want the kingdom over everything. We call this KOE. I won't let you get my life. I won't let you get my body. I'm a soldier of Yahweh. We gon' kill Illuminati. It's the kingdom over everything. We want the kingdom over everything. We call this KOE. Got the spirit of Moses up against Janus and Jambres, exposing the lies. That's why these preachers is mad at me. Repping the covenant that was gave to my fathers. The spirit of Abraham got me drinking the waters. I call that fully persuaded. I pray to y'all that I make it up out this booth I'm in. Spiritually speaking, spiritually speaking. From what I've been reading, as long as I'm breathing, this 613 and I mean it. I got this work and I'm fiending to do it. Study to prove it. You ain't gotta believe it. He gon' make do in this season. We gon' be bending a knee. We gon' help rule in this kingdom. For the wicked it ends. They all gon' burn in they sins. I'm on a straight path, never turning right or left. Narrow is the road to salvation. We talking life or death. That's why I'm on my knees begging for forgiveness. Regardless what y'all think, this kingdom business. Call it KOE. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. We call this KOE. For whosoever shall save his life shall lose it. Whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it.
Hold on 1 second. Me sign.